At the graduation dinner, this guy's girlfriend publicly announces she's pregnant with the school hunk's baby, and everyone turns to look. They all look at him with pity, but he just calmly finishes his drink. They have no idea he has been waiting for this day. For 4 years, he had to pretend to be poor. Now he can finally go home and inherit his trillion-dollar family empire. He downs the last bitter drop of his beer. Suddenly, his girlfriend, Qingyuan, speaks up with tears in her eyes, asking everyone to quiet down. She looks incredibly pitiful, and the room goes dead silent. But one girl, Xia Youyou, sitting opposite him, does not look excited to watch the drama unfold. Her clear eyes actually show worry. Qingyuan cold-heartedly demands a breakup, and he just replies with a simple, calm, okay. His chill reaction completely throws her off. Her entire prepared speech gets stuck in her throat as she stares at him blankly while the crowd whispers. A quiet murmur spreads. She stammers, "You?" She bites her lip and asks if he really has nothing to say, clearly offended that her dramatic breakup got zero reaction. He just offers to help her rent a place. He honestly just wants to finish this annoying script and go home. Her face turns pale, completely choked up by his question, stammering about what he means. Right on cue, her annoying bestie Zhang Li jumps up, pointing at him and screaming. She yells that Qingyuan is pregnant and he is seriously asking about rent? Is he even a man? She screams that Qingyuan was blind to waste 4 years on a loser like him. A broke guy like him cannot offer a future? And now he will not even beg her to stay? He completely ignores the noisy background characters and just waits for Qingyuan to speak. She finally turns around. Under everyone's shocked gazes, she walks over to the class hunk, Lin Fan. He is lounging on the couch like a smug king, and she confidently takes his hand. She announces loud and clear that she has always loved Lin Fan, and the baby in her belly is his too. The room absolutely explodes. Everyone stares at our main character like he is the ultimate loser of the year. Lin Fan smugly stands up. He pulls Qingyuan into his chest and says, "Look, since we were classmates for 4 years, let's settle this." He offers to pay his rent so he can focus on job hunting and leave Qingyuan alone. He looks down on him with pure arrogance. His eyes are filled with smug triumph, but our guy just smiles. No thanks, he is moving out today anyway. He wishes them a happy marriage and pushes past the crowd to leave. Behind him, she screams, calling him a coward. She yells, asking why he won't even ask her why, or if he ever actually loved her. She wanted to see him beg like a loser. But he does not even hesitate. He opens the door and walks straight out. Behind him, the room drops into dead silence before instantly exploding into gossip. Someone asks, "Wait, did that guy seriously just laugh?" They assume he has gone insane from shock, laughing at him for being cuckolded. Only Xia Youyou looks at his exit with confusion. Her clear eyes are filled with endless questions. Meanwhile, stepping into the hallway feels like absolute freedom compared to that trashy room. He takes a deep breath, feeling the heavy shackles of the last 4 years finally shatter. He pulls out his phone to make a call. He dials a familiar number. His butler, Lao Wang, answers, sounding incredibly relieved that his young master is finally calling him back. He tells him his acting gig is officially over. Leaning against the wall, his butler says the car is already waiting outside to pick him up. He asks if they are heading to his luxury penthouse at Celestial Palace or the western suburban mansion. No rush, he says. He wants to eat all the expensive food he missed out on first. The cold night air immediately wakes him up. Outside, a sleek black Rolls-Royce Phantom is waiting quietly. The butler bows, welcoming him back. He nods and slides into the soft leather seats. The rich, woody aroma inside is a massive upgrade from the cheap smell of that KTV room. Talk about an absolute glow-up. He tells Lao Wang to start driving, and the butler immediately hits the gas. Leaning back, he remembers transmigrating into this world 4 years ago as the sole heir of the insanely wealthy Chen family. But before he could even enjoy a single day of luxury, a random system popped up with a ridiculous demand. He had to act like a broke college student until the final act or face complete erasure from existence. Even his billionaire dad was banned from helping him, only allowed to send a measly 2,000 yuan a month for basic survival. No extra contact allowed. But now, the nightmare is finally over. Old Wang hands him a brand new box from the front seat. It is his new phone. He tosses the old trashy one away and turns on the new device, instantly flooded with notifications. Most of them are from his billionaire dad, who he has not spoken to in 4 long years, calling him a brat. The old man screams that his cards are finally unfrozen, giving him access to unlimited funds once again. His dad sends a stream of excited voice notes, telling him to swipe his unlimited black card and move into their luxury penthouse. Talk about aggressive parental love. He opens his banking app and the endless string of zeros is literally blinding. This is what true financial freedom feels like. Just then, his old class group chat starts blowing up with notifications. Lily tags the group. Absolute bombshell news, guys. Guess what I just saw outside karaoke? No shot. I saw Chen Mo, that broke loser, getting into a Rolls-Royce Phantom with 5 8s on the plate. The group goes dead silent. Are you joking? Did you drink too much? Isn't that the personal ride of Chen Li, the richest man in the capital? Chen Li. Wait! Same surname? No way! Is he the secret son? Su Qingyuan immediately chimes in. Don't talk nonsense! Her voice is incredibly rushed, almost like she is desperately trying to convince herself. Lily fires back that she saw it. Then Lin Fan joins the chat. He drops a sneering emoji, claiming it is definitely a wedding rental meant to satisfy his vanity. Everyone instantly agrees with this cope. Exactly. If he were really rich, would he wear cheap clothes for 4 years? Pathetic. He is really desperate to save face. Our main character, Chen Mo, just shakes his head. Let the rumors fly. Watching them lose their minds later will be pure gold. That God perspective feeling is elite. Meanwhile, the Rolls-Royce pulls up right outside Yu Shan Fang. This exclusive traditional courtyard hidden deep in an alley gives off major elite vibes. Suddenly, the manager in a traditional suit rushes out with waitresses, bowing with absolute respect. Lao Wang tells him the young master is here. The manager goes pale. Young master, you are back. Chen Mo shrugs. He steps inside, ordering the best private room, their signature dishes, and some premium vodka. Sweating bullets, the manager leads him inside. The luxury wood furniture is incredible. He barely sits down before his phone starts buzzing like crazy. It is his close friend, Zhao. Youyou. She asks if his photo was taken at Yu Shan Fang, since her dad is a member. To her, he is still the broke student. He tells her he just thought it looked cool. He says he just took a quick photo. She sighs. Are you hungry? He casually invites her to join him. She shyly agrees. Of course she does. He sends his location. Soon, the dishes are served, starting with a massive luxury soup pot. The soup smells incredible. One bite is heaven. Acting broke for 4 years was tough. Before he can eat, Xia Youyou arrives. She stands at the door completely frozen in shock. Come sit down. He admits he lied about just passing by. He claims he owns the place, but she doesn't buy it. He just tells her to eat. She takes a bite and smiles, but then worries about the bill. Our girl is so sweet. He tells her he won the lottery, but she asks how much. 100 million. She goes dead silent, sipping soup. She clearly thinks he is capping. No more eating plain buns to maintain his poor persona. His stomach deserves this massive, high-end upgrade. He clears the table, sweating from the delicious heat. She excuses herself to the restroom. Once she leaves, Chen Mo calls Lao Wang. Young master, it is all cleared up. Lin Fan's father is the chairman of the struggling Ling Group. Their business has been failing lately, and they are on the verge of bankruptcy. To save them, Lin Jiangguo wants to push Lin Fan into an alliance marriage with the powerful Qin family. The name Qin instantly triggers a memory. Miss Qin Roche. His former fiancée. This legendary, icy female CEO has a breathtakingly beautiful face he remembers. Their marriage was arranged, but she called it off right after he reincarnated. She thought he was a useless playboy. He did not care back then, but look at him now. So is Su Qingyuan's pregnancy actually Lin Fan's leverage to force Qin Roche's hand? Exactly. Lin Fan wants to force a done deal because the Qin family is extremely traditional. If word gets out that Qin Roche's fiancé has an illegitimate kid, it'll ruin her family's entire reputation. Honestly, they are being so incredibly naive here. Did he seriously think Qin Ruoshui was some lovesick fool like Su Qingyuan? She didn't become the president of the Qin group by accident. A woman in her position has crazy mind games and tactics that are on a whole different level. To her, Lin Fan's cheap little tricks probably look like a total joke. So what about Su Qingyuan? Did she even know about Lin Fan's grand plan? She probably knew a tiny bit, but honestly, she was mostly kept in the dark. She knew Lin Fan was wealthy and needed a child, but what she didn't realize was that from the very beginning, she was just being used. She was just a pawn, a literal nobody. She actually thought she was the main character. She thought she was the star of the show, not realizing she was just cannon fodder meant to be thrown away after being used. Now this is getting good. Our boy just wanted to chill, but since they want smoke, he is gonna give it to them. He calls up his butler, Lao Wang, and tells him to send a little message to all of the Lin Group's biggest creditors. He wants them to know that Chen Mo is back. No more Lin Group, not by tomorrow morning. The butler gets right to work. Hanging up, Chen Mo calmly sips his tea. Talk about absolute final boss energy. Lin Fan, Qin Ruoshui, and Su Qingyan think they run this world, but are they ready for the ultimate cheat code to ruin their lives? The game is on. Later, Xia Youyou walks back in with watery red eyes. Chen Mo immediately asks her what is wrong. She says she is fine. Just some stupid fight with classmates in a group chat. Chen Mo grabs her phone to check the chat. Things are already completely out of hand because some girl named Zhang Lili decided to leak something. She posted a secret photo of Chen Mo eating at a super expensive, high-end restaurant, telling everyone that he rented a Rolls-Royce just to put on a massive fake show. She is literally telling the whole chat that he must have blown his entire 4-year scholarship on a single meal just to save face. Talk about a major hater. Other classmates start acting all high and mighty, lecturing him to save money for his future job hunt instead of acting like a clown. The hypocrisy is unreal. Xia Youyou had tried to defend him, telling them to shut up since he was just spending his own hard-earned money. But the trolls just clapped back, asking her why she was getting so defensive and if she had a crush on him. They started mocking them as a perfect match of a poor guy and a fake saint. Before long, the chat completely devolved into a nasty, toxic shouting match. Since Xia Youyou could not handle the heat, Chen Mo snatched her phone and typed a savage reply, calling them a bunch of brainless frogs who can't comprehend the vast, beautiful sky. He leaves the group instantly. Just like that. Xia Youyou is completely stunned. But honestly, arguing with those idiots is a waste. He hands her phone back, telling her those clowns just drag her IQ down anyway. She stares at him in absolute shock, then bursts out laughing, saying he is completely changed. She admits he used to just endure everything, but now he practically glows. He jokingly replies that it is probably just the radiant glow of cold cash. He insists on driving her home since it is late. Even though she tries to refuse, he gently grabs her wrist and pulls her out of the room. A true gentleman protecting his girl. Her hand is ice cold and she blushes instantly as she freezes up. Outside, Lao Wang is already waiting right by the Rolls-Royce as they walk up to the crazy ride. The butler opens the door with total respect and Xia Youyou completely freezes in disbelief. He laughs and tells her to get in. She asks with a shaking voice if the car is actually his. He teases her, sarcastically asking if she thinks he rented it too. Her face turns bright red, realizing she looks like a total clown. He playfully pulls her inside the luxury car anyway to save her from any more embarrassment. After a long, awkward silence inside the car, she quietly asks if he is really the son of the legendary Chen Li and why he pretended to be so poor. He just shrugs and tells her he wanted to experience life. She looks up, staring seriously as she asks if he feels any pain at all over his breakup with Su Qingyuan. He tells her it is not worth crying over a gold digger. 4 years was just a cheap price to pay to see her true colors. Plus, he finished a major secret task. She does not quite get what he means, but she feels relieved and maybe even a little happy deep down inside about the whole thing. Once they arrive, he unbuckles her seatbelt and hands her some homebrewed rice wine to help her sleep. Seriously, our boy is being such a sweet gentleman right here. She takes the warm bottle, her eyes totally sparkling as she thanks him before running inside. He watches her go with a soft, genuine smile on his face. But the moment she disappears into the building, his gentle smile completely fades away. He immediately orders Lao Wang to thoroughly investigate her background, wanting to make absolute sure she is as pure as she seems. In a world completely full of schemes, he has to be incredibly careful about who he trusts. Back at his insane luxury penthouse, he throws himself into a giant jacuzzi to finally enjoy some long-lost high-end comfort. Pouring a glass of 1982 Lafite, he toasts to the end of his fake poor days. Suddenly, his phone begins to ring loudly. It is Lao Wang. He has big news. The Lin Group has been completely destroyed. That was insanely fast, even for a tycoon. The entire financial circle moved overnight to crush them. Stocks were shorted and loans recalled, leading to a complete bankruptcy in 3 hours. Lin Jiangua even suffered a stroke. While he is fighting for his life, Lin Fan and Qingyuan get into a massive fight, landing her in the emergency room as well. General Xia also pulled all her business deals immediately, complete ruin. Honestly, this payback is so satisfying. But there is still one more thing. Lao Wang drops a massive bomb about her background. Her grandfather is actually the legendary General Xia. That name is famous across the country, making her family incredibly powerful. So she is basically a top-tier heiress pretending to be some helpless girl. Talk about a crazy plot twist. What could she possibly be planning? So his grandpa wanted him to live a normal life. Turns out, our guy is not the only actor playing pretend here. Only difference is, she is doing it voluntarily. At this point, he hangs up and checks Xia Youyou's social media page. Her latest post shows a bottle of homemade rice wine. Suddenly, someone named Grandpa comments, asking about the simple packaging.
Youyou replies that it is just brewed by a friend and tastes amazing. Seeing her call him a friend makes him smile.
The next morning, our billionaire MC works out and decides to make a fancy breakfast. Right then, the doorbell rings. It is Xia Youyou holding a warm thermos and looking super cute.
She brought him breakfast made by her mom, but seeing his massive feast, her smile instantly freezes.
Feeling rejected, she looks down, but he pulls her inside to eat together. She stares at his cooking in complete shock. He plays it cool, complimenting her mom's cute rabbit buns. Honestly, these two are too wholesome together. After some adorable mutual teasing, she washes the dishes while our hidden boss MC scrolls through his phone. Boom! The top hot searches show the Lin family went bankrupt and young Master Chen is officially back. The comment section is absolutely wild. While he is laughing at his enemies, a sudden crash echoes from the kitchen. He rushes in immediately. Youyou cut her finger, and she is crying from the pain. He quickly grabs her hand to help.
He drags her to the living room, kneels down, and gently treats the cut. She is being so adorable and obedient.
She flinches from the medicine, and when their eyes meet, the tension is insane. He puts on a Band-Aid and tells her to be careful. But as he gets up, she suddenly hugs him from behind, trembling. She whispers that she has liked him for 4 long years. Ever since freshman year, she has been secretly in love with him. At this point, our MC is completely stunned. This confession completely shakes him. She is holding him so tight, he can feel her rapid heartbeat. She panics, saying he does not have to respond, and tries to run away. But he immediately grabs her wrist. Why? He asks. Back then, he was just a poor, insecure guy.
She smiles and says it is because of his kindness. She saw him helping strangers and feeding strays.
To her, he was never poor, just incredibly gentle and polite. He realizes someone has been watching over him all along. His heart melts. He asks if she knew about his billionaire status. She looks shocked and shakes her head. If she knew, she would have been too scared to confess. Seeing her genuine panic, his doubts vanish completely. He pulls her to the couch. She playfully says a kiss would make the pain go away. Oh, she's actually flirting.
He kisses the top of her head. She blushes, telling him he missed the target.
Looking at her lips, he teases her, but then he sits right back up.
He jokingly tells her she needs to be modest. Changing the subject, he asks if her family knows about them.
She gets nervous because her grandfather is an old-school general who might look down on a simple businessman. But our MC has a plan. He instantly texts his assistant to dig up the grandpa's hobbies. Turns out the old general is obsessed with ancient books and rare lost wines. Perfect. Luckily, our genius MC knows that book by heart, and the wine he brewed is a recreation of it. Winning over the in-laws is going to be too easy. He happily pulls her into his massive study. The endless rows of books and giant maps shock her. Then he opens his laptop to show his research. She sees high-tech industry reports and realizes he wrote them all. After they officially start dating, life gets even better. They watch classic movies together and cook delicious food. It is honestly the ultimate couple goals. He shows her traditional recipes, she teaches him baking, and they even work out together. While he is in his cellar brewing that legendary wine, his assistant calls with some bad news. Apparently, the gold digger Su Qingyuan is downstairs causing a scene, demanding to see him. She is threatening to jump off the building if he does not meet her. Talk about dramatic. The media is already gathering, which looks terrible for the company. Honestly, her cheap tricks never change. Our MC just laughs it off and tells her to wait while he continues his brewing. It is not until evening that he finally drives over to his massive corporate headquarters. The place is completely packed with reporters and cameras blocking the entire entrance. Su Qingyuan is sitting on the floor in rags, crying and screaming that he is a heartless betrayer. Get out here! You played with my feelings for 4 years, and now that you're rich, you think you can just dump me? Are you even human? This baby in my belly is yours. If you do not claim it, I will end myself right here at your company's door. She screams while bystanders point fingers and cameras flash. Meanwhile, our main character just sits in his car nearby, rolling down the window to watch. He is literally just enjoying the show. Beside him, Xia Youyou looks pretty worried, asking how that crazy girl could claim the baby is his. She asks, did she not admit it was Lin Fan's before? Our boy just smiles. A cornered dog jumping over a wall, that's all. Since Lin Fan is broke, she's trying to extort Chen Mo. Youyou asks if they should go clarify, but he says not yet. Let her cook, he says. The bigger the scene, the better. And right on cue, Lin Fan shows up looking absolutely wrecked. Unshaven, sunken eyes, and wearing a wrinkled suit with zero of his former school ID charm. He screams at her, asking if she is crazy and what nonsense she is spewing. Lin Fan tries to drag her up, but Su Qingyuan loses it completely, screaming that he is a liar. She shouts, "You promised to marry me and give our baby a home, but the second your family went broke, you tried to dump me." No way, she yells. Lin Fan is sweating bullets, pleading that his dad is literally in the hospital and he has no energy to deal with this right now. He begs her to stop embarrassing them, but she refuses to leave until Chen Mo comes out, clinging tightly to a pillar. The two of them start physically fighting right in front of the press. Talk about a complete circus. Once the timing is perfect, our main character decides to make his move. He calls Lao Wang, ordering him to leak the official paternity test to every single reporter at the scene. Just minutes later, every reporter's phone buzzes at the exact same time. When they open the email, they are completely stunned. Everyone collectively gasps. It is an official, legally binding DNA paternity test with a hospital seal, and the results are crystal clear. It proves the baby is 99.99% Lin Fan's, with absolutely zero blood relation to our main character, Chen Mo. Talk about a massive plot twist! The crowd goes absolutely wild. Holy crap, is this actually happening? So the baby really is Lin Fan's. This gold digger actually tried to frame Chen Xiao just to extort some cash? People are disgusted, calling her a modern-day snake. Meanwhile, Su Qingyuan and Lin Fan finally look down at the report, completely frozen in shock. They are totally dumbfounded, especially Su Qingyuan. Her face turns paper white, and she stares at the paper, unable to believe her eyes. She had no idea Chen Mo was playing chess while she played checkers. Our boy never fights an unprepared battle and got their DNA early. Right on cue, police sirens wail. Officers step out, flash their badges, and tell Su Qingyuan she is under arrest for extortion and defamation. The girl completely crumbles, collapsing onto the concrete in tears. Lin Fan stands there just as broken, totally losing his mind. He looks like a hollow puppet with his soul sucked out. With the circus finally over, Chen Mo is ready to drive away. But wait, Xia Youyou stops him and rolls down her window, waving over a reporter who is standing nearby with a camera. Recognizing the luxury car plate, the reporter rushes over, eagerly asking what Chen Xiao thinks about his crazy ex-girlfriend. Chen Mo stays quiet, but Xia Youyou flashes a sweet smile at the camera, offering to answer on behalf of her boyfriend.
Her voice is quiet but crystal clear as she states they fully trust the law to deliver justice. Then she pauses for a second.
She wraps her arms around Chen Mo, leaning into his shoulder as she addresses the camera directly, word by word.
Stop calling that woman his ex-girlfriend, because I am Chen Mo's one and only current and future girlfriend. She then plants a loud kiss on his cheek. Bro, the reporter and the entire crowd are literally frozen in shock. Talk about a legendary public announcement.
It completely breaks the internet. By the next morning, headlines praise their perfect relationship while mocking the ex-girlfriend. They completely dominate the trending charts, officially becoming the most envied couple on the entire internet.
Su Qingyuan gets probation because of her pregnancy, but is totally ruined, while Lin Fan flees the city with his sick father and massive debt. Talk about a fall from grace. The original main characters of this world are officially forced out of the picture. With the trash cleared out, Chen Mo turns his full attention to conquering his biggest obstacle yet, his future father-in-law. He spends a week in his private laboratory, successfully replicating a legendary ancient wine from the Han Dynasty. Next, he has Lao Wang pose as a wealthy overseas collector to contact the city's top auction house, claiming he has a
rare ancient manuscript for sale. This news immediately sends shockwaves through the elite collector circles, including Xia's military grandfather. Naturally, the old general bites the bait. On the day of the auction, Chen Mo suits up in a sharp, custom-tailored suit, arriving at the venue with Xia Youyou on his arm. She looks pretty nervous, clutching his arm. She asks if he is absolutely sure, since her grandpa has a terrifying temper. Our boy just gently squeezes her hand, telling her to relax.
He promises the old man will love him. Walking in, they immediately spot the grandfather sitting right in the front row wearing a
traditional suit, looking incredibly sharp and imposing, alongside several high-ranking military big shots. Youyou wants to go greet him, but Chen Mo stops her. Our MC tells everyone to just sit back and enjoy the show as the auction kicks off. The first few items, pretty boring. Until the ancient Qi Ming manual is put up. The starting bid is 1 million, and Xiao Zhenguo immediately raises his paddle, pushing it past 10 million. The general bids 50 million, but the VIP box counters with 60 million.
A synthetic voice echoes from the box, making Xiao Zhenguo frown. The adjutant leans in to whisper.
Sir, we are running out of money. The old general sighs. His total savings only hit tens of millions.
60 million is his absolute limit. Defeated, he is about to drop his paddle.
Out of nowhere, a clear voice shouts out, 100 million! Every single head in the room snaps toward our MC. He is just standing there, casually holding his paddle with a smug smile. The general is absolutely stunned, looking between him and his blushing granddaughter. The VIP box goes dead silent. 100 million on an old book is crazy, but he did it to impress the girl. Sold! The gavel hits the stand and the entire hall erupts into applause as Chen Mo wins the book and stands up. Under everyone's stunned gazes, he walks straight up to Xia Youyou, hands her the wrapped book, and says it is a gift for her grandfather. Youyou's hands shake taking the book. Only then does our MC turn to General Xia with a calm, respectful bow. He introduces himself as Chen Mo, Youyou's boyfriend, offering the manual as a small first meeting token. The general just glares at him with razor-sharp eyes. The old man huffs, calling it a cheap businessman trick to buy his granddaughter, but Chen Mo just smiles, saying he would never dare.
He looks the general right in the eye, totally fearless, and says the book is just a warm-up. Then he snaps his fingers.
His assistant, Uncle Wang, brings out a vintage wine jar. The moment Chen Mo tears off the seal, this incredibly rich aroma fills the room. Every wine connoisseur in the crowd is completely blown away by the scent. Even General Xia, who is a massive wine lover, is shook. He leans in, his face totally changing as he realizes the smell is identical to the legendary, long-lost 9-cycle spring wine. Chen Mo smiles and explains he recreated this legendary brew using the secrets from that exact manual. Books are dead, but wine is alive. He tells the general that drinking history is way better than reading it. The old man is speechless, staring back and forth between the jar and Chen Mo.
The general's harsh glare softens into genuine curiosity. He laughs, calls Chen Mo an interesting kid, and finally lets his aide accept the wine. Round 1 secured. After the auction, Chen Mo is invited back to the general's private courtyard. Youyou tries to tag along. But one sharp glare from her grandpa sends her packing. She can only watch anxiously as Chen Mo mouths to her to trust him. He follows the general into a study packed with historical books, military medals, and old war photos. The general pours him some tea and demands to know his real motive for getting close to Youyou. Chen Mo straight up says he loves her. Love? The general scoffs, claiming businessmen only care about profits and schemes. But Chen Mo calmly points out the general's deep prejudice. Xia Youyou fires back, saying he absolutely despises greedy, opportunist capitalists who only care about making a quick buck. So Chen Mo hits him with a counter-question. What if that businessman actually contributes to the nation and helps the people? That shuts him up. Chen Mo pulls out a confidential file containing revolutionary microchip tech developed by his own team. This tech is so advanced, it will literally catapult the country's semiconductor manufacturing straight to the absolute global top. Next, he shows him his green energy firm's battery tech, which easily doubles electric vehicle range while completely fixing all safety hazards. And if that is not enough, his medical AI project can spot early cancer with a 90% accuracy rate. Talk about a cheat code. With every single project Chen Mo lists, the general's jaw drops lower. By the end of it, the old man is completely speechless. He looks at our MC like he is staring at some kind of alien monster. He asks if Chen Mo really did all this. Chen Mo explains that money is just a tool to push society forward. To him, true success means building up the entire nation. That is the real duty of his generation. A strong youth makes a strong nation, and even business owners can serve their country. The entire room goes dead silent as General Xia stares at him, his gaze shifting from deep skepticism to pure admiration. The old man suddenly bursts into roaring laughter, completely won over by Chen Mo's dream of serving his homeland through commerce. He admits he was wrong, slaps him on the shoulder, and tells him he is more than worthy of his granddaughter. This is literally a massive win. Not only did Chen Mo win over the ultimate gatekeeper, but he also gained an unstoppable ally. The moment he steps outside, Youyou runs into his arms like a worried puppy, asking if her grandpa was mean to him. Playing along, Chen Mo acts completely heartbroken and tells her that the general strictly forbids them from being together. Youyou immediately tears up. But then he grins and finishes the sentence, unless they get married right away so the old man can get a great-grandchild. She blushes, realizing she got played, and starts hitting him with those cute, weak punches. He laughs, holds her close, and pops the question. She says yes without a second of hesitation. Later, they host a beautifully simple wedding surrounded by only their closest friends and family. Every guest here is a massive powerhouse, someone who could shake the capital with one step. And get this, Qing Roche actually shows up uninvited. No invite, just standing alone in the corner watching them exchange rings with eyes full of absolute regret. Honestly, she brought this on herself. That old Ice Queen aura is completely gone, nothing but sheer exhaustion and heartbreak. Chen Mo just gives her a cold glance and looks away. Some people miss their chance forever. His eyes are locked solely on his beautiful bride. He lifts her veil, looks at her blushing, happy face, and leans in for a deep kiss. Talk about a perfect payoff. They exchange sweet vows and married life officially begins. It is peaceful, sweet, and Chen Mo gets to keep living his ultimate lazy lifestyle. He cooks, makes wine, and only visits the office for major decisions. The rest of his time, pure bliss. He spends every moment spoiling Youyou. The trending topic about him sleeping in still pops up, but the internet has completely changed its tune. No more hate, just fans screaming at the wholesome energy, teasing that President Chen is definitely staying in bed to cuddle his wife. Everyone is calling him the ultimate husband. Honestly, did Youyou literally save the galaxy in her past life to get a guy like this? And Chen Mo really does treat her like a literal queen. He is giving her the absolute best life.